Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. I will read the news with you because after this, I'll probably have kind of a squeeze day and I won't have time. So let's go ahead and I'll tell you what, since we do have Bitcoin Geeks here, or we did with my bigger station that was terminated, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin price and we'll look at gold and silver. And then it's up a little bit, 32.9. So Bitcoin back on its way up. And we'll check JM Bullion now and then directly into the news. Okay, it says gold is up $5 to $1,811. Silver is up 13 cents to $26.15. Okay, now let's get right into the Drudge Report, and then I will be on my way. Hope you're all doing fine. 6.0 magnitude quake rocks California, Nevada developing. Doesn't look like anything too seriously happened. I don't know if there's any buildings that came down. Uncertainty grows in Haiti. Port-au-Prince paralyzed. Suspect is from the U.S. That's not good. Not good. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's not an inside job with the government, honestly. Like maybe they don't like the guy and they want to put somebody else in. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm saying I hope it's not. I'm not insinuating that is. I don't know anything about the guy either. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I have no idea. I know he was executed. Rand Paul to introduce legislation to repeal mask mandates on planes. Probably more psychops. Okay? Probably more psychops. Why? Because if this even goes through, a certain 3-letter designated organization is just going to control the country again and say that this bad thing is happening, this variation is taking over, and back it will go. Okay? That's what these people have not figured out. They need to come out and tell the people and risk sounding like maniacs in order to get the country back. You understand? In my opinion, that's just my opinion. And risk looking like a crazy a-hole like I do all the time with the smart Venezuelan woman. The smart Venezuelan businesswoman, business owner. She's real smart. She'll take any of the jobs. She'll take any of them. Chinese, Russian, doesn't make any difference. You understand? Mindless fucking retards. Diller, whoever that is, it's an old guy, declares movie business over. Yeah. Who the hell's going to go see a movie? You got the internet. You'll pull up anything you want in front of you. Maybe not first-run movies, but you know what I'm saying. FAA fines passenger more than $10,000 for bareface. What was he doing? Did he drop his mask to eat his peanuts? This is what you folks want. You want to be as dumbed down as the Latino population? Is that what you want? Is that your big desire? To be safe like the Latino population? The Latino population going to be safe. Do as they're told to do because they're very grateful for this country. Right? You fucking mindless idiots. Taking us down the tubes with you? Like we want to go in that fucking mindless idiot cage that you're in? Like rats? As long as they give you a little wheel to run on, you're happy as long as they have good eats? And a little water thing that you can run your tongue on? I know, it's awful early for this. I know. Sorry. Job openings stay historic. Third of hospitality workers will not return. Probably because it's not just the Latinos that are scared and that have lost their minds. It's a lot of the gringo Americans too, I'm sorry to say. Videos show cracks and puddles in Miami condo garage year before it collapsed. Ransomware takes small town offline. Grizzly bear kills bicyclist after pulling her from her tent in Montana. Yeah, folks, I'm really sorry about that because I've done that too. And when I used to go to Ocala and just go out into the national forest there and spend the night out there, I know this sounds crazy, but I actually preferred to just sleep on the bare ground. And I didn't want to go if it looked like it was going to rain at all. I set up a tent, but I would not get in it, and I would just kind of build two fires, one on each side of me. And, maybe put a blanket down, of course, or something like that. But, I mean, like grizzly bears, folks, I know they used to have that thing, Gentle Ben, or whatever it was, that show, that series from the 1960s, early 60s, I think it was about that bear that was with that family. But bears are bears. They're huge. Their hands, their paws are bigger than my hand here. You know what I mean? And they have power like you wouldn't believe. And it happens all the time where they attack people and maul them, just that you don't hear that they died too much because people can usually fight back. But for maybe a young woman or whatever, a dainty woman, maybe not. So, whatever. Can I tell you? Flash floods pummel New York City. People swimming in subways. Drivers rescued from cars. That happened when I was in Long Island. We were helping people get off the streets in Long Island because they were stalled and we had to push them out, and they had open manhole covers that you didn't even know were there. You could fall in and die. I remember it very well. Me and my friend Ronnie was my friend at that time. He was actually all right before he turned into an ultra CNN lib. So yeah, it can flood in New York. Believe me when I tell you. Looks like it's got big time. You can get heavy rain there too. Britney Spears, Civil War. Dad says no more security. I looked at a picture of her, and without makeup, she is so haggard looking. I feel so bad for that woman. I'm on her side. How's that? Maybe that just means like I'm a mindless dupe. Now, of course, we know that if you gave all of the money to Britney Spears, that she'd probably be incarcerated within 6 months or whatever it is, or she'd be broke or whatever. But that's her business. You know what I mean? It's her business. I'd like to see the woman break away from the father. I have a feeling there's more going on with that father than you know about, and he's probably touchy and feely, if you get what I mean. That would be my guess. But I have no proof of that. And poking. And that not to be confused with Peking. Like in China, Peking, poking. That's what I'm afraid of with that. That poor girl. I don't know what's going on. All right, let me get back to the Drudge Report. Okay. Laughter can make you grow more productive. Mario Cuomo, comrade, signs bill inviting lawsuits against firearm suppliers. Vaccine scandal takes dramatic turn with Brazil arrest. What are they? Arrest Bolsonaro there? I'm reading that. It's not anything that I'm making up. I'm just reading it off there. Okay. this one right here, we're going to end the news report with this, okay? I want you folks to be scared. I want you to be very scared. When I tell you to listen to Rodrigo Duterte, the smartest man in the world, and you don't know who he is. So I'm going to show you the smartest man in the world. We can learn from him. Images of Rodrigo Duterte.
Check out these pictures of Rodrigo Duterte.
Okay. Smartest man in the world, president of the Philippines, and he meted out justice at the end of an M16, which is what he's been famous for. And he is the smartest man in the world. Now, what he's doing is he is threatening people, and this is not conjecture. This is not my opinion. This is, I'll show it to you. He's threatening people in his country, all the people. He's saying, and not all the people, of course, if you've been thing one and thing two, he's not threatening you at all. But most have not been. It's a very low turnout, like under 10% or something, because it costs money there, and the people typically don't have it. That's number one. But number two, the Filipinos are, by and large, are not on board with thing one and thing two in general. The reason they may be is because of the fact that this massive problem, I will show you, and we're going to close it with this because I'm not going to waste any more time, because most of you don't understand this and you don't want to understand this. You, like the mindless Latinos, just want to believe what you're told without anything that, of rational thinking or looking at anything. Just believe what you're told on the TV. That will keep you safe, okay? Now, let me show you what the, look for yourself. Sorry, I can't use my pet name for it. Cases in the Philippines. Okay, I want you to take a look at that, folks. All right? There it is right there. There are 1 million, almost 500,000 cases, okay? Cases of the dreaded COVID-19. And 25,000 plus deaths. Okay? Now, 25,000 deaths sounds like a lot of death until you realize that there is 110 million people, a third of the population of the United States, on these godforsaken islands of the Philippines. So you've got 25,000 people that have died, and we have to take their number for it. How are we going to check? Do we really know they died from that? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But we have to listen to this, right? We have to listen to this. We have to just take it at face value. So taking it at face value, it's 25,000 people. If they weren't on a tricycle and it's separated and somebody smashed into another and one person died and they had it, and then they're listed as death from you know what. Okay? That kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Real high Latinos. Real high Latinos, business owner Latinos. They're real smart. Do what they're told to do. Fucking idiots. So, what do you have? You have, it's real simple. You divide the number of deaths, supposed deaths, into the population of the Philippines, and then that'll tell you how many people per amount have died per person. And I did the math on it. It's around 4,000 or more. So you got to go through 4,000 people until you get one person that's died from this. So if that's the case, then why not force everybody into a thing that we don't really know what it does in the long term, do we? We don't know that. But the mindless Latinos, they gotta listen. Turn on that TV, for God's sakes. They're real smart. Oh, yeah, you're anti. You're a retard. You fucking mindless idiots. The hell is wrong with you? You've infected the fucking mindless fucking dupe Americans too, you stupid jackasses over there. Here too. So, because one person in 4,000 plus is died from this, supposedly, now we all have to go get thing one and thing two, right? And by the way, your good friend, the smartest man on the earth, Rodrigo Duterte, I won't make it up. I will tell you, I will show, well, the last time I did this, my video was removed and I was warned, okay? So I can't show you because I'll wind up getting a strike. Do you understand, folks? Do you see how this works? I can't do it. You Google it yourself. Okay, if you're not a mindless Latino idiot, or if you are and you want to become something more than a mindless Latino idiot, yeah, but I'm very, very smart. I'm very, very smart, right? Well, if you want to be a little smarter, go and punch in Duterte and his threats against his people. Just put that in, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. What he's going to do if they don't do something. You understand? Something about thing one and thing two. And it's frightening beyond frightening. We'll continue. Let's get back to that story. Sorry, and we're going to close it with this, all right? We're going to close. This is the last thing I'm going to read. All right, hang on. The Olympics are going to be a televised event with nobody at the games. Okay? Okay. HHS, I'm reading this, I'm not making this up. HHS Secretary Basel, or whatever the hell his name is, another Latino, by the way, says, quote, this is a quote now from him, absolutely, it's the government's business to know which Americans have been something and haven't been something. So there's going to be a list. And they're going to start, it looks like, according to what I read here, it looks like it's possible they might make some door-to-door visits. Now, that's what Duterte wants to do in the Philippines, except they got their shit together, folks. They're not like you fucking mindless idiot Americans. What they do is they set up one person per barrio that is the overseer. You understand? They're the leader of the barrio. They're called barrio captains. And they keep order in the barrios. In other words, they know the people that are playing cards and drinking and fighting, and they're called out over there, and they might have an old gun or something like that and a badge, and it's real. They go over there and they say, hey, knock it off. We don't want any fucking loud fighting over here. Keep your trap shut. And that's what they do, the barangay captains, essentially, okay? They keep order. But in this case, they're going to be finding out who's naughty and who's nice, and they're going to be reporting it. And the ones that aren't nice, looks like they're going to be taking a little trip down to where they don't clean the places. They said the police they're very lazy, according to Mr. Duterte, and that it's foul smelling in there. That's just where you'd want to be. So you better hurry up and get thing one and thing two. It's embarrassing, really. Okay? Now, this says HHS Secretary says it's absolutely the government business. This, of course, brought to you by our absolutely neutral news source, CNN. Are you folks surprised? Okay? This brought to us by our good neutral friends who are only looking out for your best interests. You want to see it? Might as well play it, right? Let's see. And we'll close with this, okay? Remember, the greater the control of everything you do, the better for CNN, right? We'll close with this, folks. Here. I got to make sure I put the sound on. Okay. Sorry, folks. It's worth the wait. I haven't seen this yet. But somehow I'm not going to be surprised by what's being said on here. CNN, a good, credible, non-politically active news. I think. Okay, New Day co-host Brianna Keller introduced reporter Ella Reeve by asking, do these vocal opponents of critical race theory actually understand something or another? I don't know what this is. Is this, folks, I'm sorry that I wasted your time. You see what happens when you try to read the story? Okay. So let's, when you try to watch the video, so let's go back to the story itself, okay? Because it's just a time waste. Let's find out what this is saying. And I'm reading this, okay? I don't want to be accused of fake news. I'm just reading this verbatim. No embellishment. HHS Secretary Becerra, absolutely the government's business to know which Americans haven't been you-know-whatted. Can you read that? I don't even want to say it. Now let's read it. This is from our good friends at CNN, of course. They're just looking out for your benefit. Make sure you keep watching your TV, okay? Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra said Thursday it was, quote, absolutely the government's business, unquote, to know which Americans haven't been thing one and thing two against the this bad thing that's going around. Okay, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get accused of anything. Responding to GOP criticism of the Biden administration's planned, quote, door-to-door operation to motivate you. You know what I mean? Kind of a little motivation. Campaign to encourage. Encourage. That's kind of like, they'll never force you to do it, but if you want your driver's license, you're going to need to, they're not going to force you to do it, but if you want your driver's license, they're not going to force you, but you're just not going to be able to have your driver's license, right? You already know where this is going, mindless, stupid Latino idiots. And all of our wonderful brain-dead TV-watching Americans. Okay, encouraging unjabbed Americans to inoculate themselves. Becerra told CNN, that great bastion of non-politically active people that just want to see what's best for you happen, said the government has had to, quote, spend trillions of dollars to try to keep Americans alive. During this, I'm not even going to say it, okay? Folks, it's your fault. If you haven't done this, it's your fault. It's going to cost trillions for them to go door to door. Well, maybe it'll cost quadrillions or jillions if they have to go down and they have to get 35 people to corral the people that are running around that don't want this and pin them down and then put them in some sort of restraints, which you can bring, and then put it upon them. Folks, this is too ridiculous. That is what's going to happen in the Philippines, in my opinion. And it's too ridiculous to even talk about. Goodbye!